What's happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back. Match reaction time. Leeds United 2, West Ham United 2. Yeah, different setup today. Got some new tech coming tomorrow, though, thankfully. So hopefully that will be the end of my troubles. Hopefully. Listen, that was an enjoyable game. I'm just going to say that after battle, of course. Please hit a like as you come in, or if you're watching a replay, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and drop your comments in on the video after. Share it around. Best way to help the channel. Robbie here. Hey KG, we are own worst enemies. Yes, we are. We are. Vlad just saying there's still a long way to go, but keep doing this and we're going down. Okay. Yeah, I mean, is everyone else feeling like that? Well, Nate, as he said, he's disgusted. You're gonna have to bear with me on this. I'm doing this from my mobile today. I'm going old school. Jack saying, shocking KG, too many individual mistakes. Yeah, there was. It just, you know, creators of our own downfall at times, aren't we? You know, we're comfortable and then we just give gifts away. And it's funny, so many people on my match preview said, you know, West Ham haven't won in 5, they've lost 5 in a row. Here come Leeds United at a gift. And that is usually the case. And I said, hopefully we can do something different. But alas, we didn't. But hey, as an overall thing, the game was very entertaining for me. I thought it was a lot better. At least we were creating more. We was holding the ball a bit better today. I mean, it couldn't be any worse than the last 2 games. But yeah, I thought that it was a good game today. And I thought we performed fairly well. Not good, but fairly well. Sub saying, with all the shade being thrown at Cooper in recent weeks, we need to be consistent in our criticism. Strauch and Aronson cost us the game today. Yeah, absolutely, Sub. This is, listen, you know who I rate on here, you know who I don't, but I'll always call it how I see it. And yeah, both again were poor. I mean, Strauch today, for me, it was a lot like the Man City game. I thought he wasn't good in that one either. Defensively, I know he got the goal, but defensively, I thought he was a bit shaky. And it was a lazy tackle. And I'm surprised that it even had to go to VAR. I don't know how anybody else feels about that, but I thought it was a penalty straight away. Not only was it the tackle, but it was his reaction after. He was looking at the ref to say, damn, I did that. So for me, it was a penalty. And of course, Brendan, you know, you can't really legislate for that. You know, it's a poor pass. And, you know, Skamaka, it's funny, you know, that thing I said on my transfer video in the summer, saying about, could we get Skamaka from his previous club? He's got a rocket of a right foot. Well, we saw that today, didn't we, people? We saw that because, you know, bad pass aside, that was an excellent finish. And the penalty was good too, because I saw Melier was he went into the Emi Martinez book of mind games, but hey, it didn't quite work. But listen, we move on. Let's have a look. Rebecca G saying, KG, that was woeful. Terrible in attack and defense. I don't know if I'm crazy, but why are we playing 2 wingers on one side and none on the other? Listen, it's not going to be perfect, I'm afraid, Rebecca. It's just not. And listen, I got a lot of questions when I asked for a bit of cohesion, a bit of passing to each other in the Newcastle game because we picked up a point. We're just not going to have that kind of play. You can see that both teams today, both Leeds and West Ham, were fighting. I mean, it was a dirty game. Not dirty as in like horrible tackles. Well, Somerville, I don't know, he could have gone today, couldn't he? You know, he got subbed off pretty quick after, but it was a game where you could see both teams were absolutely fighting, just fighting for the points. And, you know, it doesn't surprise me that the game ended 2-2. It doesn't surprise me at all. Right, I'm going to try and scroll down. I am so far behind, people. This is not good doing that on a phone. It's not. Jody saying that was Click's worst game. Lost the ball probably 9 times. Why is he in our squad? It blows my mind. I mean, I'm interested to get people's opinions on that, because I don't think he did too much with the ball at all. But I do think when he came on along with Harrison, and again, just being fair, I felt like we got a little bit more control of the game. I'm not saying that like he was an excellent part of that, but it did coincide with his substitution coming on. So let me know what you guys think of that. Spig is just saying, got to say, if we could defend, we'd be winning games. Absolutely. The tactics weren't good, but set pieces look better. And hopefully they'll get better as well with Verba coming in. You know, somebody that can take a direct free kick. You know, we had a couple of opportunities today with, you know, chances to score from free kicks, and they weren't taken. Hopefully he gives us that dimension. We need that. you know, there was a stat that I mentioned towards the end of 2022 that we've only scored 8 goals outside the box of the whole of 2022. That's a poor return. You know, you need goals from outside the box. It not only does it galvanize your team, it makes the other team, you know, deflate a little. So we do need to get better with our shooting. I mean, just in general, anyway. Let's have a look. What else? What else are people saying? Lewis just saying, Ailing out of position, made Cock out of position, made Stroud out of position, causing the pen. Yeah, but I mean, but with that being said, Lewis, it was a damn near lazy tackle. It was. It wasn't a very. There was no thought behind the tackle. There was no. You know, he didn't anticipate anything. He just stuck both legs out, and it was an instant penalty, wasn't it? You know. But hey, listen, let's talk about our first goal. I want to just quickly note that because this is something that I mentioned a few videos ago. Somerville and Gnonto need to play more together. They are our direct threat. They just make things happen over together. They just work so well. It's like they're building something off the pitch, but they're building something on the pitch, which obviously is more important to us. And you can see when they're working, they work so well. And credit to Gnonto today, first goal for Leeds. You know, he'll never forget that one. But Somerville just looks so there. It'll be beautiful reverse pass, beautiful pass by Somerville, and we need more. Mixed bag, obviously, like I say, I think he could have got red. You know, you saw Soufal's leg as he was getting subbed off. It was dangerous. I thought at first it was just a receipt because Soufal did do something to him in the first half where Soufal was on the floor and Somerville was getting up and Soufal had a kick at him. I thought it was a receipt, but hey, Somerville's was a little bit too high. German is saying, can't fault Jesse today. Game was scrappy from the start. Yeah, it was. It was a game where you could tell both teams are down there just trying to get every point possible. Absolutely, just trying to get every point possible. AJ saying we are lacking quality. Yeah, and that's what this month is for. Actually, I've got a video coming tomorrow. I'm going to drop a video tomorrow of a midfielder that I think that would suit Leeds United down to the ground. He's not anybody that we've been linked with before, so it will be a name that a lot of people may not heard of. Some of you may have heard of him, but look out for that tomorrow. Put the notification bell on and check that out tomorrow. We'll be releasing that one because I think we do. I think we definitely need another midfielder in there. Aronson is a little bit out of form. I think he could probably do with sticking to the right. I don't know how people feel about that, but I think he's much better for us on the right-hand side. But we do need another option in there and someone else that can come off the bench besides the usual suspects. Ben Turner just saying Gnonto could be worth 50 million in a year or two if he keeps this up. I think he was brilliant today. Once again, not only was he good with his endeavor going forward, but he gets stuck in. Like he's not shy to get stuck in, and you can see he's the smallest player on the pitch, but he's going to get in everyone's face. I think Declan Rice had enough of him at one point, but he's given us the goods, isn't he? He's supplying them, and now he's got a goal. Hopefully that just rolls on and he can get a few more. Steve saying, I honestly don't think we played too bad today. Adams, Willian, even Rodrigo worked their socks off today for me. Yeah, and listen, Tyler Adams was the architect of that second goal. Jack Harrison played the ball through to Rodrigo, who did finish it off, and shout out to Rodrigo, 10 goals this season. Brilliant return. Can't argue with that, especially in our position. But Tyler Adams was the architect of that. He even took out a player for West Ham because he pointed to his right, making it look like he was going to go that way, put it through to Harrison, and credit to Rodrigo for finishing it off to get us the equaliser. Big up. And I thought Harrison actually had a good game on the ball when he came on in the second half. But this is it with Harrison. He doesn't move me when he starts. But if he comes on as a sub with a point to prove, maybe that's how we need to use him, because where does Harrison start at this point in time? Because I don't put him ahead of Somerville. I don't put him ahead of Gnonto. So it's going to be interesting to see where he fits in the starting lineup. Let's have a look. Lewis F. KG, any Supermalt today? Not for a 2-2 draw. Come on, Lewis. Come on, man. We got to have some kind of standards here, yeah? Darren B saying Aronson needs dropping against Villa. He's had a string of poor performances now. Have Harrison, Gnonto, Somerville across the middle against Villa. Oh, yeah, I've just said that about Harrison. Maybe he does come in for Aronson. We'll have to wait and see. Let's have a look. If I've missed any super chats, I apologize, but it is very difficult to do it on the mobile, especially when there's over 600 people in the building. So big apologies, but I will thank you in my next live stream. Of course, I will. Lewis is saying in regards to Click, I mentioned this minutes ago, didn't I? That was all Harrison, not Click. Okay, but Nathan saying Click 4 is best. But yeah, I mean that's what I mean. He's not doing anything on the ball. He's not doing anything to influence the game with a goal, assist, chance creation. I don't know what he does, man. I got to be honest. But I thought, like I say, got to give him credit. When he came on, the game did start to get a bit more controlled. Low D, please tell me Click is leaving. I've got no idea. Phil Hay keeps on mentioning that DC United have made him an offer. We'll just have to wait and see. I think it would be good for him to go and get some regular first team football, but he's comfortable. So you just have to wait and see. There's a saying in ice hockey, but my stuff is here. I do get the feeling with some of these players, they won't go anywhere because their stuff is here. So we'll just have to wait and see. January is going to be very, very interesting, people. Alzheimer, though, is saying in the reality check is 4 wins in 17 games, total relegation form and 2 points above the drop zone. Crap team. Yeah, I mean, listen, as well at 1 point today, I don't know what the score is now. Maybe you guys will know, but Villa were losing to Wolves. And we've just seen Forest beat Southampton. I mean, Southampton seem to be the whipping boys right now, but Forest have now moved up to basically from Leicester in 13th to 19th. It's like a little mini league of who's going to go down. It's absolutely insane, but I don't want to be a part of that, people. So when the next league game comes around, I think it is against Villa, I want 3 points in that. It's not inconceivable. It's not impossible. I want 3 points in that game. And I was thinking as well, because I've been hearing Danny Ings is available for loan. He scored today. They're never going to loan him to us. Why would they help out a relegation, bottom tier rival? I just don't see it happening. Stone 37 is saying as well, I'm Harrison's biggest fan, but I drop him for Harrison against Villa. Yeah, I think at this point, he probably does need a breakout. But again, Stone, these are things that you've heard me say before in terms of if Harrison's out of form, who comes in? They didn't flesh out the squad enough, and this is what we've got now. So we'll see. Maybe Harrison does come in. Maybe Harrison does come in. Let me scroll down because I must be way behind. Okay, I found a super chat here. Alex, shout out to you. Obviously, we like to see 3 points, but let's be real. It's going to be up and down till reinforcements come in. Nothing has changed as predicted pre-season. Absolutely, Alex. We definitely need some more reinforcements. It's good that we've got one in early. Keep it going, Leeds. I'm not saying get 4 or 5. I wish we could, but three would be lovely. 3 would be lovely, and especially in midfield. I mean, forward is a position that we do need something, but I'm more about people that can create the chances, because I do think that we've got a few players that can finish them in Somerville, Gnonto, and Rodrigo. I think he's doing really well at this point. Let's try and get the chance creation up. That will help us out. Obviously, Liam Cooper as well today had a good chance to win it, but I'm not going to go at him for that because he's a defender and it was on his right foot as well. The rebound, good header, was blocked, and then that right-footed effort just went way over the bar, way over. But listen, it's a centre back. Strauch had one similar after, again on his right foot when he's left-footed. It's not ideal. But Tom saying support KG, hit the like. Yeah, please do that for me, people. Over 700 of you in here. Please hit the like on the video. Best way to help the channel, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Got plenty more content coming, especially with my new tech coming. Can't wait. I can't wait. Oh, okay, right. I'm not seeing this. Econ is saying all players wearing click tops, hugging him, clicking years. Oh, clicking tears. He's gone. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, that would be interesting to monitor. Maybe it looks like he is probably bound for DC United then. Nathan is saying, I really want Gelhardt to get 90 minutes. I bet you my mortgage we would win. Hey, listen, Gelhardt got his usual charity minutes at the end again, didn't he? He got his 80+ minutes, and yeah, like I say, with Gelhardt, there must be something there that we just don't see. When you think of all his goal involvements that he's had in a limited time, there must be something that both the previous manager and this manager see that doesn't really translate to them trusting starting him. We just don't know what it is. Ishtar is saying Big Willie dribbles and shoots well. Yeah, I mean, are you doing a double entendre there? Relax, Ishtar. Keep it clean. Whoopsie is saying, you got to admit, KG, no matter where we fall in the table, we have been entertained thoroughly. Yeah, today, if you're talking about today, absolutely. Yeah, today I thought it was a brilliant game between two teams that are just fighting for everything. Whether their news of their chairman passing away earlier today was more of a motivating factor than fighting for the manager, who knows? But yeah, it was an entertaining game today. I haven't been entertained with the one against Newcastle. That was like watching like this. Have Newcastle scored yet? But yeah, yeah. Listen, I would prefer 3 points on the board than being entertained. I got to admit. Captain Elwood saying, "Got to give a shout out to Rucker. Not perfect, but huge improvement from recent weeks. Thought he was one of our better players today. Yeah, I thought he was good today as well, Captain Elwood. The problem is Rucker's. He's had a couple of bad games, and now he's just getting hammered. Like he's had a couple of bad games in comparison to how he started out, and now people don't trust him. But I still think he's a good player. I've got no reservation about using Rucker, but like I say, I do think that we could do with another midfielder to give him some genuine competition. Yeah, a lot of you mentioned about Click. Karen Curtin, shout out to you for the super chat. Thank you so much. Yeah, Daniel. All right, Cage. You think we got a ball in Nonto? Great performance. Absolutely, absolutely. I'm just really. When you think about how many people were doubting about Nonto coming in for Dan James, oh my lord, I think you look back and go, well, what were we worried about? Nonto has been a breath of fresh air. He's been a breath of fresh air, and he's been an attacking threat, a genuine attacking threat in games where we're on the back foot, chasing everything. He'll get us up the pitch. He'll get us up the pitch, and he gives us a threat. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Again, another bit of astute business because he wasn't all like, what was he, 5 million? Yeah, can't argue with that. Oh, Mark Baker. If we're still up for a striker, look at Terry Murphy. Big, strong gut pace, can score with both feet. 14 million a steal. Mark Baker, you're very close to who I'm going to be talking about tomorrow. Very, very close. Watch out for the video tomorrow, man. But apparently, Lorient aren't looking to sell him. They've said no to Southampton. But maybe there's a price. As $1 Million Man once said, everybody's got a price. So you just have to keep an eye out for that. Bubs 89 saying that was poor again, too chaotic. It's the way it's going to be, Bubs. We're not going to keep the ball. We're just not going to keep the ball for long periods of time. It's just not going to work like that. I think most of the season, Bubs, as well, we've been using that ball like a hot potato. Like it just seems that we just can't keep hold of it for long periods of time unless we're passing it around the back and back to Melier. But I thought it was a bit better today. But again, the bar is very, very low. What are people saying? No, let me just scroll because I am so far behind people, and I really apologize. Econ there with a super chat. Click is gone. Check socials in tears at ER. Yeah. See you later. It's for me, and I don't mean that in a horrible way, but it's 2 years past due for me. He shouldn't. 2023, he should never have been here. But I hope he gets a good send off for all he did for us in the championship. But we'll talk about that another time. Hey, Seastone, are you breaking out a Wyszynskiism on us? I do listen to those guys, Seastone. Shout out to you. All my stuff is here. That's what they say. So yeah, I mean, listen, people, what did you think? Did you think a draw was a fair result? Did you think that we should have won in the end? Do you think West Ham were unlucky? Let me know. Josh is saying drawing our way to safety. It's crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Sai is saying the space on the left-hand side is horrendous. We get exploited there all the time. Strike done okay, but he's not good enough to be there. Poor game from him tonight. Ayling was good tonight. And that's it, Sai. With Strauch as well, it's what I've consistently said. I think he has done an adequate job at left-back. Sometimes are really good, but he's not natural. And that's where I think Verba's going to come in and be that left-back, eventually moving Strauch back into the centre of defence. I think that's the right way to go. I know at the moment, Verba's interview says he doesn't know which way it's going to be. But for me, the sensible thing would be to use Verba on the left and move Strauch back into centre of defence. But Strauch has to clean up a couple of things that have been happening in the last couple of games because it hasn't been pretty. The Man City game, he was misjudging, balls that were coming in that were very simple. And then tonight, obviously, the penalty was it was very lazy, I'm afraid. And I hate to say that about people, but it was a lazy tackle. But listen, he'll get better. I've got no long-term doubts about Stroud. He'll get through this period. Of course he will. And like you said, Ayling was good tonight. I thought he was okay at in the first half, especially. I thought he was fighting a lot for every loose ball. He was giving us a little bit of an outlet on the right. But then in the second half, I don't think he went forward as much. And then I remember one time when he did, he put a cross in under very little pressure and it went into the crowd. Like, you got to at least get a corner from it. But hey, it is what it is. Shelley, I can see the posts about Click. I can see them definitely. It's just that I'm doing this on a mobile, so it's all it's all mad. It's all mad. But thank you for joining me on this one, man. Jamie Dixon is saying, sorry, KG, it was a must-win with the upcoming games. We must improve. Yeah, we definitely must improve. I actually didn't have this down as a must-win. I had it down as I really hope we do, because if we do win, we leave West Ham on 14 points while we go up to 19, a nice 5-point cushion. But I think not losing was the most important thing. Now, that does have to change, Jamie. Of course it does. We've got to get wins. And yes, this was a game that you look at, they've lost 5 in a row. The manager's under a lot of pressure, but yet again, we don't take advantage of that. And it's not the first time. It's not the first time it's happened. I think it was this month last year where Newcastle hadn't won an away game all season. They come to Elland Road, they get the 1-0 win, and then they just started rolling from there. So we just don't take advantage of teams in these situations, unfortunately, Jamie. It's not a new thing. It's not a new thing. Louis saying, don't forget we'll have Cine soon, so it'll be like a new signing. Like a new signing. Hype. Whenever someone's injured, it'll be like a new signing. But no, it is good that we'll have Sinisterra back. He's an X factor. We definitely need him back. Ishtar saying, hope Gnonto's performances inspire Harrison to lift his game. I definitely believe that. That's what you need, though, Ishtar. And it's something that I've said so many times on here. And it's something that sometimes people don't get. You need competition in the squad, otherwise you get comfortable. And that's what happened a lot under the last manager in his final season. A lot of the players were just comfortable. They knew that they were playing every single week. You need to get people and have them worry about their spot. I think right now Tyler Adams doesn't have to worry about his spot. First of all, he's a brilliant player anyway, should be the captain. But he doesn't worry about his spot because there's no one behind him to take it. Maybe Mark Rocker looks at his position a little differently, but we do need some more competition within the squad. Ash is saying our young talent will drag us right back out the chat. You have me in the first half, Ash. I'll read it all. Our young talent will drag us right back out the championship if we can hold on to them. Tremendous. Oh, Lord. So you still think we're going down, Ash? Interesting. Yeah, got it now, Paul. Yeah, got a send off from the team and club. I'll check that out after I'm done here. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please people, do that for me. Best way to support the channel. Right. BPCYC saying need players with calm heads. Yeah, I mean, listen, sometimes it does get a little spicy, and you saw as well when we went 2-1 down, like a few of them did start to, the tackles were flying, as in like Somerville. Listen, that will come. Some of these guys are young; they're still getting used to first team football. I believe that will come, and they've just got to react. The team in general has to react better to going goals down. It happens often enough. They should be used to it. So let's see what happens. But I do agree. Sometimes we do go off a bit. I mean, even Jesse Marsh got a yellow card today. He's back in the referee's books again. So yes, we do need to calm down. Oh my days, Luke W. More drama, Leeds or Bert Halter or Rayner. That is absolutely insane. That whole story, isn't it, Luke? Just quickly for people that don't know, the USA men's team manager has recently come out and done a tell-all about him striking his wife 31 years ago, kicking his wife 31 years ago because he was about to be blackmailed before the last tournament that was played. And he's come out and allegedly it's Claudio Reyna, who's Giovanni Reyna's dad. If you haven't seen it, go and look on social media. It looks like a it looks like a soap opera. It's absolutely insane. John saying we should have won. Our mistakes cost us again. Yeah, yeah. Jack saying Rodrigo giving Haaland a run for his money. Oh Lord. All right, I've got to scroll all the way back down, people. I'm so far behind. So far behind. He did, Richie. He got another card. The refs, his cards marked. It's something that I said. I like what he does because he doesn't let decisions go. He'll always fight for the team. But the referees, they talk. Of course they talk. And they're always going to look out for him. It's just like when you've seen a player dive, the referees will all get together and say, oh, we'll need to watch out for this player. It's going to happen. And yeah, I don't think he's endeared himself to many refs. Matt Davis, shout out to you, Matt. Gnonto is quality. Him and Somerville, dare I say, like York and Cole, just naturally on the same wavelength. Yeah, on wavelength, absolutely. If they could ever get near the goal tallies of those two, then we are in business. You know, we are in the shooting up the table. But yeah, I get what you mean in terms of energy and being that, just that connection that they've got. You can clearly see they've got it. Keep playing them. Absolutely keep playing them. Snoop Huggy White is saying, can we approach the league at the end of the season and demand points for the positives we've taken out of games? We've got to beat these teams or we're in real trouble. Our defense is horrendous. I agree, Snoop Huggy White. I know what you're saying in terms of these games being must win, and you know it would be ideal to get 3 points. I get it, but it's just like the games for me earlier in the season where we had games that were very, very favorable on paper. We should have won those too. We are just not that team, Snoop Huggy White. So at this point in time, we're going to have to keep on fighting, clawing for every point possible and hope that it's enough yet again. But listen, hopefully they make it easier for us by getting a few more quality additions in this month and not taking a risk like they did last year, because that was, I mean, they played roulette and they just about won. Just about won. But I know exactly what you say, Snoop Huggy White. I wish I wasn't saying that a point is good instead of losing, but we're just not in that position. You can see by the way we're playing, we're not in that position. Pete saying, I'd be interested to know why you think we're staying up. I haven't said anything, Pete. The only thing that I would say is Southampton are looking very, very dire. And listen, we always think our team stinks the worst in the league when we don't win a game or when we lose, but they are literally stinking up the league right now. And they've brought in Nathan Jones. I think he's become the first manager to not win one of his first 4 games. I think it was Nigel Atkins. I think he's got that stat on him now. I just think that we're going to be in the mix, Pete. I don't know if we're going to stay up or not at this point. It's too early for me to say yes or no. I think it's way too early. When you just look at the table from 13th to 19th, you can literally take your pick. But what I want is just for us to get some results in the next few games, because again, we've got very, very favorable fixture run coming up. Let's get out of this little cluster of teams. We need to get out of it. But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that we'll stay up, but I'm not saying that we're going to go down. It's too early. It's too early unless we were like really, really hopeless. But you can see we're not completely hopeless because we do have a goal threat. I know people don't think so, but we are scoring goals. It's just that we can't keep them out. And like we say today, people seeing the 2 goals, self-sabotage, isn't it? It's just so it's deflating. As a fan, it's deflating. I don't know how those players feel, but as a fan, it's just absolutely deflating to see them just give away gifts. That's how I feel anyway. Gavin saying it's Southampton, Bournemouth for one other. Yeah, and Bournemouth, you know, they've had a takeover. They've been getting waxed week in, week out, game after game. They've been getting absolutely hammered. So let's just make sure it's not one of us, please. Not going to stay too much longer, but obviously, when I'm back on a machine again that will work properly, I will be doing some lives again and getting all your thoughts and everything else like that. So stay tuned to the channel. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And yeah, drop your comments in after the video is done as well about what you thought about today. Let's have a look. Steve is saying, if Clicker's gone, that must mean we're bringing someone else in his position like for like. Just hope it doesn't blind them not to get a striker. Steve, what I would say is I hope you're right. I definitely hope you're right. And I think this time last year I would have agreed with you, but I just don't know. I don't know if they're going to say, well, now Clicker's gone, maybe it gives Sam Greenwood more time on the pitch. I don't know. You just never know, do you? But Steve, I'm with you. And like I say, I'm dropping a midfielder video tomorrow of who I would love Leeds United to target and bring in. But I'm with you, Steve. Hopefully you're right. Absolutely. But yeah, listen, people, because this is a nightmare. Honestly, it was much easier when I did this on the phone. And there was like 11 of you watching. It was much easier. But listen, I'm going to leave it there. Please hit a like on the video. Leave your thoughts in about the game today and anything I've said here, whether you think it's right or wrong, in a respectful way, obviously, of course. And yeah, I'll see you in the next live video. I'll see you in the next live video, people. 2-2 draw. We're 2 points above the relegation zone. Another very, very winnable fixture coming up against Villa. But again, they'll be looking at us like that too. They'll be looking at Leeds United in that way too. So let's just see what happens. And let's keep our eye on what's going on in the transfer front as well. So people, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for joining me. Peace out. See you in the next one.